Okay. Hi, my name is Ashley. I'm going to be your nurse today. Can you tell me your name?
Mallory,
And how old are you, Mallory?
25.
Okay, today we're going to be doing a cardiac assessment. I'm going to be listening to the same spots a few times. Doesn't mean anything is wrong. We just want to make sure we're doing a thorough assessment. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, first we're going to start off by just looking at your carotid arteries in your neck. We're just inspecting them. And now I'm going to palpate those arteries. And we just want to make sure when we're palpating that we're never cutting off any of the blood supply to the brain. Now, in those same spots, I'm going to listen to your arteries, your carotid arteries, with my stethoscope, with the bell. So what I need you to do is take a deep breath in, blow it out, and hold it. Okay, good. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Take a deep breath in, blow it out, and hold it. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to move down to listening to your heart. I'm going to name the valves as I listen, okay? So we're going to start off with the second intercostal space on the right-hand side for your aortic. We're going to move over to the second intercostal space on the left side for your pulmonic. Going to move down to the third intercostal space, left sternal border for your Erb's point. Then we're going to go down to your fourth intercostal space, left sternal border for your pulmonic, your tricuspid, sorry. And then we're going to move to the fourth intercostal space for your mitral. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to the same spots. I'm going to say the same valves again, but I'm going to listen with my bell. Aortic, pulmonic, Erb's point, tricuspid, and mitral. Okay, and now what I need you to do is we're going to lay down. Okay, now we're going to be checking for jugular vein distension, so I need you to look this way. Now I need you to look this way. No jugular vein distension noted at this time. Now I'm going to be looking at your pericardium, which that's wrapped around, that's where your heart is located. Okay, for any irritation. And now I'm going to palpate those same valves that we did earlier, okay? Aortic, pulmonic, Erb's point, tricuspid, and mitral. Any tenderness when I do this?
No.
Okay. And I'm also going to I'm going to feel for your apical pulse, which is at your right here at your mitral. Okay. Now we're going to listen with my stethoscope. Same spots again. Aortic, pulmonic, Erb's point, tricuspid, and mitral. Okay, now again with the bell of my stethoscope. Aortic, pulmonic, Erb's point, tricuspid, and mitral. Okay, now over here I need you to roll this way, on this side, and now back to me. Okay, and that concludes your cardiac assessment. Okay, I'm going to give a report on a 25-year-old female who came in for just a cardiac assessment today. So first we started off with just her carotid arteries for inspection. There was no pulsation noted, no murmurs, no thrills. Then we went down and we listened to each of those carotid arteries. We didn't have any murmurs noted, no thrills. Then they were also negative for any tenderness on palpation. I was able to palpate those areas correctly. Then we moved down to listening to her heart, and we went from her aortic, her pulmonic, her Erb's point, her tricuspid, and her mitral. There was no thrills or murmurs noted during her assessment either for that. Then we moved down, we laid down and we did jugular vein distension in her neck. There was no jugular vein distension noted when we did that. Then we looked at her pericardium for any irritation. There was no irritation noted to the pericardium. Then we listened with the diaphragm and the bell. Then we palpated those same areas that we did with the listening to the heart. So we palpated the aortic, we palpated the pulmonic, the Erb's point, the tricuspid, and the mitral. We also listened to the apical pulse at the fifth intercostal for her apical pulse. Everything was good with that. We also made her roll over and make sure that her pulse was felt there. We listened to all of her heart sounds with the bell and the diaphragm. S1 and S2 were noted, no S3 and S4, and no murmurs and thrills noted.